Hey there, I'm Philip with PGH Woodcraft and welcome back. I'm going to start on a new project which I hope is going to be a lot of fun, but it has the potential to be frustrating as well. This is my last piece of Peruvian walnut. This is the remnants actually of a serving board that went quite wrong on me. I was supposed to have handles. Since then I've taken some other pieces of wood. So this is my last piece other than some small scraps, and I'm going to do or attempt to do a book matched charcuterie board. And what that means is I'm going to rip the board right down the middle to make two halves, and then as I open that up, hopefully the grain patterns are going to match and give me a really good bookmark effect. The reason this could be frustrating is because when I tried cutting the chamfers on this particular board, as I cut down this angled size, I got into some wavy grain, and my thin Japanese style pull saw just really was not beefy enough to handle that, and it tended to curve outward. So I got thicker as I went down. Now I had enough wood here that I was able to plane that out and still get some good results. But in this particular case, if I start curving sideways at any point, I'm going to lose this board, and it's going to go then from a very nice charcuterie board to some pretty expensive firewood. So I have to be careful with that. My problem is that with my woodworking, I tend to get very impatient and I tend to rush things. With this particular activity, I'm going to have to go very slowly, and I'm going to have to follow these cut lines. And as you should be able to see, I have scribed in lines around all four edges, and that is what my saw should follow. But I'm going to have to be slow and patient. And we are told that if we're patient, that we are going to see the rewards as long as we faint not. Now, that refers directly to being kind to other people, because it's followed up by, at every opportunity, do good to people. But I think we can apply that to our woodworking as well. Just be patient, slow down, take your time, and you should get good results from that. That is a hard lesson for me to learn, but one that I'm going to have to do here. Otherwise, I'm going to lose it. So this is going to actually take me several days to do. We're going to split it up over multiple videos. So tonight I'll start the ripping. I'm going to take advantage of the fine weather outside. It's cooled down some, so I'm going to be working out on the balcony. I'm not going to try and record audio out there. There's too much background noise, but we might be able to get some shots of the work going on. Looking forward to seeing what's going to happen. Hopefully my patience will stick with me, and I'm not going to take too many shortcuts. So we'll see how this goes. End of day one, thought we would check in and see the progress. I did have some trouble. I took as much care as I could. I did not let my patience get worn out too quickly. But if you check on the board, you can see tended to drift a little bit. I think I'm still going to be able to recover from that as we open it up to make a nice book match here. You can see how rough it is on the inside. This is where the cuts didn't line up exactly like they should have. All that's going to have to be planed out, smoothed out. But the key thing is I do have some smooth surfaces here on the ends. I'm going to have to do some jointing to clear that up a little bit, but I think we're going to be okay. When I found that my Japanese style pull saw has blades on both sides. One is for rip cutting, which is a very coarse blade. It's supposed to go very quickly. The other one is a finer blade for cross cutting. In this particular wood, I was getting better results when I was using the finer blade, less drift down the long grain. So it took a lot longer, but once I flipped over and started using the finer edge of the saw, the results were a little bit better. So that's day one. Next, we're going to, I do have to make a couple of small repairs here using some wood glue. And then I'm going to have to joint the edges, get those nice and smooth, and then we should be able to glue the boards up. So that's going to be tomorrow. And we'll check in, see how it goes then. All right, take care. God bless.